I would like to start my speech and presentation with thanking the organizers of this event, who enabled us to share our views on Turkish market and especially MTPL business. We have in total 61 companies actively operating in Turkey. 37 of them are non-life companies, and we have 19 pension companies, 4 life and health, and 1 reinsurance companies. All of them are members of the Insurance Association of Turkey. We reached to 75,000 employees if we take into account everyone, including companies, brokers, loss adjusters, and agents. Over the years, we sustained a growth rate. Growth rates are satisfactory, but later I will explain the profitability is the main problem. Last year, in US dollars, Turkish insurance industry produced 13.3 billion premiums. 11.7 are coming from non-life and mainly from motor insurance. Private pension system in Turkey is relatively young comparing to EU and US systems. It's only 12 years. It's been 12 years since its launch, but the fund's growth is satisfactory. We have 17.5 billion US dollars in pension funds right now. When we look at the foreign capital share in the market, we see that 72% of paid-in capital are foreign investors. This ratio shows the trust into our market, and we are benefiting from global practices. The insureds benefit from novelties and developments of the outside of Turkey. When we look at the gross written premiums split by lines of business, we see that MTPL has the biggest share with 24%, and the second line of business has 18% market share, which is motor own damage. Total motor share will be 42%. The other significant lines of business are life, health, fire, and accident. When we look at the distribution channels, we should take life and non-life business different because they have all different stories. On non-life side, we see the agents with dominant market share, which is 63%, and agents' productions more than 90% is coming from motor insurance. So motor insurance is the biggest line of business, and agents are producing it. On the life side, the most popular product is credit-linked life insurance. So the banks are producing the main part of the premium, which is close to 80%. This table shows the profitability figures, and as seen that last year was not a good year for the industry. This is this 92 million US dollars balance sheet profit shows total of life and non-life. But actually, life companies are making profit because of the mortality profit. They are comfortable, but I will show the other picture from non-life companies. It's not that good result. This is, if we focus on non-life companies, we see that return on equity is volatile over the years, and mostly it's not satisfactory. It's most of the years below the inflation rate. Mainly it's coming from MTPL losses. In this part, I would like to mention shortly about the prospects for our market. We sustained the growth rate. For example, for last 4 years, it's 80% total premium production growth rate, and if we take compound annual growth rate, it's close to 16%. Low density is a problem which we are suffering, but it's at the same time it shows the potential of the Turkish market. When we consider our population, this $150 is of course not enough when you compare it to EU average for I guess it's around 2,000. It's not satisfactory, but we believe in our potential. 60-65 dollars is coming from motor insurance on this figure. Turkish industry is very highly regulated and supervised industry. This brings sound and clear financial statements. Even though it's not an obligation for us, we are planning to launch Solvency II in four years. We created the roadmap as the association. We will be working with the government, and we are planning in 4 years the companies will be compliant with Solvency II. And we are also working on new products. These products, we believe they help accelerating our growth rates. Annuity products on the life side is a main product. On the other side, complementary health insurance, legal protection insurance, and surety insurance are the products which industry is working on. I will focus on MTPL business of Turkey in this part. Both number of policies and premium production shows a growth rate over the years. But if you look at number of policies last year, I mean the difference between 2014 and 2015, it's almost the same, 15.9 million policies. But in the same period, the premium raised from 5 billion to 6.8 billion. It shows a dramatic 34% increase, which means the average premiums have increased dramatically. And of course, this brought MTPL a high market share in last year, 25%. This premium increase came from, I mean, it was inevitable. The branch over the last decade constantly produced losses, but last year it was the highest loss with 2.3 billion Turkish liras, which is equivalent to 850 million US dollars. So the companies saw that it's not sustainable, and the premiums increased inevitably. When we look at the reasons for the loss in MTPL, first of all, MTPL, as the same in any country, is a highly price-sensitive product, and the competitive market sometimes brings lower premiums. That was the case in Turkey, but we have some specific problems besides that. The regulation, in the regulation, we suffered from lack of clarity in the definitions of and the coverage of the product. And for the bodily claims, we suffered from lack of a standard approach for the calculation. For example, mortality tables, the Supreme Court accepts one mortality table, and the other part of the government, the Turkish Treasury, accepts the other, and interest rates are taken between 0% and 3%, which volatiles the indemnity amounts. So it increases IBNR. You pay some amount for the bodily claims, and the person goes to the court and claim another. So the IBNR amount dramatically increases in Turkey. And there were also Supreme Court decisions which were retroactive. It means new claims, but you didn't take into account when you are doing pricing. These are the main reasons for the loss in the MTPL, besides low premiums. When we look at the share of the bodily claims in Turkey, in 5 years, it increased from 26% to 50%, which means average bodily claim is increasing dramatically because of the non-standardization between courts and companies. When we look at the data, EU and Turkey, when we compare it, we have much higher frequency than EU with 9%, but the average premium, that was, by the way, the premium is before last year, before the increase of the premium. We suffered from low premium and high frequency. The good news is last month the new traffic law came in force in Turkey. It brings a standard approach for the bodily claim calculations. It will, we believe, that reduce the Supreme Court decisions, the effect of the decisions. So the future is positive, I guess. We are also working on direct settlement system. It's not launched yet. We are working with Turkish Treasury as the Turkish Association. We are planning to launch it next year, June or July maybe. But we open the test procedure. The companies can always check what happened if it had been the direct settlement system with current data. So they can check it and see what will happen. It's not obligatory, and it's voluntary basis. The problems about the subrogation process is, as always, higher cost and lack of control. But we also suffer from spare parts and repair shops certification. So within the association, we created a company who would certificate spare parts and repair shops. It will help direct settlement system work better. And of course, it will, at MTPL, the big problem is lack of customer ownership. It's not about motor own damage. It's not your customer claiming the amount. But with DSS, we think that customer ownership will help the industry. We are expecting that approximately 16 million customers will be included this system, and it will bring a solution to the customer dilemma, higher quality service or lower premiums. We believe that the people will choose higher quality service as in the motor own damage. And the companies would retain their customers, the renewal rates will improve, and it will be similar to motor own damage business. It will help both customers and companies. These were my thoughts on the topic. Thanks very much.